Yeah, very little. I mean, coming into the game, we knew both sides of very close and skill, both play a great brand of cricket. Full credit to Kane and his team, they have played us today. Fortunately, in a tight game, we've come off the wrong end of the stick. I can't fault anything that we've done tonight. We fought unbelievably hard throughout this tournament. I've actually thought we've represented ourselves really well. Tonight we've continued to do the same thing, but we've come up short. That can happen in cricket. But I'm extremely proud of the guys, the way they've given absolutely everything throughout this tournament.
It's very hard in the moments after a defeat like that to process things in your mind. But as you look back at it, where are the key moments in that game, do you think?
Probably hard to identify at the moment. I thought we were right in the game, right from our innings right through until probably the 17th over, 18th over, and probably key moment at the end. They built right up until they had to push the button, and then they came good. So their game plan came off. I thought we held them at bay and had them exactly where we wanted them up until that point. So if you can do that, you give yourself the best chance of winning. But unfortunately, we didn't.
So you, at the halfway mark, pretty happy with the 166. It looked a sluggish and two-pace pitch.
Yeah, it was. I think we're a six-hitting side, and we like hitting sixes, and we struggle to hit sixes. I think that's a pretty good indication of a wicket. Potentially a bit too paced, often a little bit for the spinners. But again, we hung in there. We changed our game plan. We adapted to conditions and posted probably around a par score. So we felt right in the game at the halfway stage. I think given the start that we had, taking early wickets, it couldn't have been any better.
Yeah, and you mentioned you're a six-hitting side. You found it hard to hit sixes. Great credit, therefore, to Jimmy Neesham, because that seemed to be when the tide started to turn against you.
Yeah, I mean, to have an ability to come out and hit sixes from ball one like that is something that not a lot of people have. So full credit to him. He sort of swayed the game in the Black Caps' favour. So yeah, full credit to him.
Another World T20 in a year's time. We can expect you there in the nucleus of this team to have another crack.
Yeah, I hope so. I think I'm still offering enough within the side. I absolutely love playing cricket at the moment for the changing room. The guys give absolutely everything. They're always looking to get better. They're at the forefront of change, both on and off the field. We have a lot of things to be proud about, not just on the field. So I'm incredibly proud to be the leader.
We've enjoyed watching you play. Well done.
Thanks, man.
Cheers, bro. Take it easy. Thanks, man.
Kane Williamson, congratulations. A hug with Owen there. A clear amount of great respect between your teams.
Yeah, obviously played each other on a number of occasions. Most players have played together in various tournaments, so knew it was going to be a great game of cricket, and it certainly proved to be the case. And it ebbed and flowed as they seem to often do against each other, but really chuffed the heart that was shown throughout that whole performance. I thought they had a pretty competitive total on the board at the halfway stage, but just by staying in there, and obviously an outstanding knock from Darryl Mitchell at the top, but staying there, building those little partnerships and just trying to cash in on some small moments, some small matchups, so it was really the difference. But a great game of cricket.
And Darryl Mitchell has been an experiment for you in this tournament, pushed to the top of the order. I don't think he'd done it before, and therefore it's paid off in unbelievable style.
Yeah, not an experiment in terms of his character, and that's definitely something that stood out today, and it's something that has stood out on pretty much every game that he's come and played for us. And an incredible knock. Yep, he hasn't done it a lot at the top of the order, but there's a real quality there, and he's come in and batted beautifully in a high-pressure situation.
And I know you're not the giving up type, but worked for a long time in that innings, the second half of the game. Did you feel you were behind the 8 ball and England were more in control than yourselves?
I suppose we were a little bit, but T20 cricket, it's a game of small margins, and we've seen that throughout this whole tournament. Depending on the surface, depending on perhaps a short side, all these little things that come into play can be match defining. And I guess all teams are trying to maximise those opportunities, and coming into that sort of middle to dead age with the bat, we did have wickets in hand, which is really important. We're able to capitalise on it.
Talked about Daryl Mitchell, should mention Jimmy Neesham really. I don't particularly want to refer back to what happened at Lord's 2019, but he was there at the Super Over, and therefore to see him have his moment here tonight, fantastic for him.
Yeah, he came out and hit the ball hard, and that's what he does. And it was a really, really valuable knock for us, obviously, to get the game, change the momentum of the game really. And there was some real clever, strong hitting at the back end, which was, I guess, ultimately the deciding factor. But it is a game of really, really small pieces, and you're always trying to win those little moments. And both teams perhaps had their share, but it was really nice to be there at the end. And a fantastic knock from Daryl, and controlled the innings, and really stood up and hit some big shots when it counted.
You've got a few days off now before the final. Any preferences over your opponents? Will you watch that game tomorrow?
Yeah, guys have been watching most of the games, so I'm sure we'll be following that match. It'll be a fantastic match. The tournaments, we all knew would be highly competitive, and it's certainly proven to be the case. And this is a very strong English side. They're always strong. We're really pleased with the efforts today, but we know we have another challenge coming up, and we'll change our focus after tonight.
Many congratulations to you and your outstanding team.
Thank you.